Hey guys, it's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. And you guys are well aware we get you cleared to enter the USA. So this is about the 140, video 140, I think. Um, this video is something called permanent U.S. entry waivers. Before I get into it, I want to give you guys a little bit of a uh, little bit of insight in what I'm doing. I'm having, you guys can see it, eggs Benny and chips. So it's a bit of a breakfast here. I should get some ketchup. But this video, you guys need to be aware that shit, I don't have any ketchup. You guys need to be aware of some things. You got some of these people who into this business and they try to do their best to be the quote unquote expert. A lot of these guys got a lot of these people guys are so desperate to make money, they'll put out some misinformation, tell you guys whatever you want to hear to get your business. So that's why I thought about doing this video, because I got to clear up some things. Guys, a U.S. entry waiver, which is on, let's just say the basic U.S. entry waiver is Form I-192. Okay, that's fine. Now, me being a former federal officer and former law enforcement officer, previously stationed in Washington State, we used to enforce a lot of these laws and rules in the past. So our knowledge comes from having worked within the system and having placed the cuffs on people and arrest them. So you guys got to be really careful what you find online and who you listen to. You need to listen to someone who actually has hands-on experience working within the system, as opposed to some other person or individual looks at a manual and says, "Oh, okay, I think it must be this." That's bullshit, guys. Anyway, topic of permanent U.S. entry waiver, guys. Permanent U.S. entry waivers used to be issued to Canadians. Now that stopped around, say, either April or June of '98. I think it's April of '98 when they stopped issuing actual permanent waivers. Those went in conjunction with the border crossing cards, the BCCs for Canadians. So you guys need to be aware that the actual permanent entry waivers themselves stopped around April or June of '98. Let me say it again. The actual entry waivers themselves stopped April to June of '98. Now, having said that, there's something called a September letter. The September letter, now listen very carefully, guys. The September letter permanently waives the issue of inadmissibility. So we got a September letter, and the thing is, we know what crimes we can get them for and which ones we can't. I don't want to put it out here because I'm finding a lot of quote unquote competitors are trying their best to keep the lights on and reverse engineer what we do. So they don't know how to get to September letters, but we do. They'll tell you something like, "Oh, September letter for DUI." Guys, that's straight bullshit. DUI, you don't need a waiver anyway. But September letter, it permanently waives the issue of inadmissibility. So the actual permanent waiver itself was April of '98. But the September letter, let's say this is a September letter here. This permanently waives the reason why you're inadmissible. But you say tomato, I say tomato. The bottom line is the actual permanent waivers issued by the U.S. government stopped in '98. But a September letter will waive permanently your area of inadmissibility. So you guys need, I mean, it's in some ways a moot point. We got some of these individuals in this field. They got to do whatever they can to keep the lights on. So I want to let you guys know the difference. September letter permanently waives the issue of inadmissibility. But here's another thing that they don't know. They meaning the individuals I just mentioned. The September letter only covers that particular area of inadmissibility. So let's say you got a September letter for stillness water. let's just say. That's fine. So a September letter covers this. Now you go down to the border and you get a crafty officer and he says he knows about the September letter for this. But he says, hey, so what else have you done? Or is there something else? Or he's however he poses the question. Then you say, oh, well, I stole the USS Enterprise, the Starship Enterprise. Oh, you stole a starship. Okay, go have a seat. You just lost your September letter because that September letter only covered this. It doesn't cover the fact that you just admitted to stealing the USS Enterprise. That's what these guys don't get. And now what's going to happen is they'll watch this video, they'll try to make another one, and then try to put their stuff in or mix my stuff coming from them. You guys heard it from me first. And don't take my word for it. Ask any CBP officer that question. September letter waives the water. It's not going to waive any other area of inadmissibility. And it says right there on the September letter that it waives the particular issue, but any future issues basically are not covered. Because guys, I try to keep it in like really simple terms for you guys. It's, you know, more legal jargon, blah, blah, blah. So, but I had to put that out there. Like I said, a lot of these places, they don't present this stuff properly. But the bottom line is a September letter will permanently waive the inadmissibility. And I hate to sound like a parrot, but some of you guys don't understand it. So can you get a permanent waiver now? Depends how you look at it, depends how you word it. Can you get a September letter for certain crimes? Sure, you could. Which crime can you get it for? There's no way on this planet we're putting that out here. Now that we see what these quasi-competitors are trying to do, no way on this planet. But you guys give us a shout at 604-562-8140. We'll go over everything in great detail and just kind of go from there. If we can get you that lifetime clearance, we will. The September letter is also a lifetime clearance for this. But again, if you have a second offense or a different offense that's not covered by this, then you just lost that September letter. Hopefully, guy, that makes sense. I'm just really, really tired today, but I just had to get out here and put this video out. But I'm really, really tired. I don't bore you guys with why. But and also another thing, some people don't even need waivers. Like there's something called the Jade Treaty. It's from 1794. If you qualify for that under the Jade Treaty, if you're First Nations, you don't necessarily need a waiver. Well, you don't need a waiver. The exception is, and this is what these other places don't know, if you're Métis. Métis are not covered by the Jade Treaty. But these other places, they say, oh, yeah, your First Nations, don't worry. They try to bundle it all together. Guys, that's straight bullshit. Métis are not covered by the Jade Treaty. And also to qualify for the Jade Treaty, there's a certain calculation you have to do, which I won't put on here, because now that I see others are trying to copy or clone what we're doing, we know the calculation. They don't. If they had known it, they would have put it out themselves. Another area, it's called derivative citizenship. And basically, that's if your parents were U.S. citizens, born and raised there. The special calculation for that. These other places don't even know the proper title or names of some of these benefits. So these places, they do what they really have to do to try to get business. It's just really pathetic. And it's true that a lot of them are just jealous of us, the success we have, because we have 7 global locations: BC, Alberta, London, England, Estonia, and Washington State. They don't even have half of that. The reason why we have it is based upon the special relationships we have with, how can I say it, with U.S. government employees, I would just say. Sources that I've met back in the day that I've kept in touch with. So But I don't want to bore you guys too much about blah blah blah, this kind of stuff. I want to show you guys this awesome view, and let's go outside here. Guys, look at this. Isn't this beautiful here? This is downtown Victoria. Guys, look at that. I'm gonna walk back so you guys can see it. Look how far this balcony goes. I'm gonna walk off side of the building here. It goes all the way here. That's just my bedroom. But look how beautiful this is, guys. Anyway, so we got to thank you guys for allowing all this stuff to happen, because without you guys, we won't have the success that we do now. And you guys know I share a lot of things with you, not just this boring border talk. Because the thing is, transparency is key, and that's actually why we are as busy as we are, because we're completely transparent with everyone. Let's make sure you can see the bro there. There we go. That's a handsome man right there looking back. My good, even to me, it's a handsome man. Nice looking man. Anyway, guys, Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. That's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. So, guys, going to sign off now, finish my breakfast. But I had to get that video out to you guys about the permanent U.S. entry waivers for September letters, because there's misinformation being put out there by competitors. I don't even call them competitors. And again, just want to make it clear to you guys, the September letter permanently waives that particular area of inadmissibility, but actual permanent waivers from Homeland Security will stop in April or June of '98. But a September letter will waive it. But like I said, someone says tomato, someone says tomato. The bottom line is, if you have a September letter, you don't need a waiver again for that area of inadmissibility, as long as no other new areas arise. And this is where these other places don't understand. They don't get it. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. In the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper.